Hey Harmonizers, welcome to this video with Shiney, where we are doing Shiney's first ever Liberty session, and I'll share with you guys a few little tips along the way. So here we go, taking off the halter for Shiney on her very first Liberty session. So I'm starting off with some drawing exercises and using my hand as a bit of a target there. So a lot of times people get confused as to, why does it matter to teach that hand touch? And I just think it works really well as a target for the horse, gives them something that can help cue them. And you can see she gets a little bit confused, thinks about leaving there, kind of says like, hey, I don't know if I have to listen to you anymore. And I'm just like, hey, let's try this. Do our little hand touch exercises there and get her to draw forward and move off of that and give her a little bit of rubs and whatnot. And I always start with kind of simple, basic cues and not a whole lot of distance. So I'm trying to reward her before things become a problem and just getting her to make some good choices. So I'm going to speed up some footage here of working through some distractions and establishing better forward because people are coming in on the cross ties and stuff like that. If you want to see the full video and hear a little bit more detailed explanation, you can join the Harmony at Liberty group or the Connection Club. The Connection Club is my monthly club where I give new videos for education and inspiration every single month and also answer questions more in depth with custom tailored videos to different questions that people ask for. And the Harmony at Liberty is a 12-week guided Liberty course where I show people how to do Liberty with no tools with their horse, and it guides you through different exercises every couple of weeks, and then a bi-weekly live video that we do as well. So that just started June 1st for the 12-week summer course. So I'm pretty excited for that. Love doing this stuff. That's Evelyn in the background, who is showing us how she knows what a duck says. But anyways, now I've slowed the footage down again and I'm just showing you a little bit of moving Shiney's body parts. So I always want to make sure I have it established with my horses that they can understand that I'm not just about whoa and go, and that they're not going to be panicked if I come up and put my hands on them and I'm asking them to move around and do different things. So I want to be able to touch her and cue her to do different things with her different body parts and just have that general understanding. So this is the beginning steps. I'm just asking for a few steps of sideways there and trying to get that established a little bit. You can see, it's definitely not perfect being our first ever Liberty session, but it's going pretty well. Doing a couple little steps and then changing sides here, and we're going to do a little bit the other way, and you can see she's giving me some nice cross steps there, really good stuff. And so I'm not getting greedy, and that's a big take-home message. A big tip from this video is don't be greedy. Be careful how much you ask for. Just get a few good steps in the direction that you're asking for. Try not to ask for too much. So you can see I'm asking her here to move her hips, and we're just getting a few steps. See, I just got a little bit, and then I give her those scratches. Remember how she used to spin like in circles all the time when I was doing that kind of stuff on a rope in her first sessions that I show you guys? She would just kind of keep going and not understand when my body went to neutral. Now you can see she's doing much better about understanding when to stop. There she got a little bit distracted and kind of moved off a little bit, so I'm going to get her focus back a little bit and ask her to come around. And then here you can see I'm going to speed up the footage because she struggles a little bit with how to move forward. And if you want to see this video in full, slowed down, real time with more explanation, kind of explaining what I'm doing there, then join that Connection Club or the Harmony at Liberty Club, and I'm very happy to share that with you. So I'm going to slow this down in a second again, and you're going to get to see a little bit of how we finish up the session working on trot. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm establishing some forward, asking her to trot with me. And so I'm just going to show you how that kind of finishes up in both directions here. So I'm just asking her to do little bits of trot. So kind of going with that message that I was sharing with you guys of not being greedy. So I'm doing little bits, asking for that little bit of trot, praising her for getting it. You can see I'm giving her lots of rubs. I'm going to do a little switch of sides here and do the other side, and making sure that I kind of have my energy matching her. So I'm not asking her to do too much, being careful to challenge her a little bit, but keeping it realistic based on what she's ready for and the level that we're at, which this is our first Liberty session. So we're establishing a little bit of go. Here we'll get our little bit of trot going here. It's the first little steps. And I'm feeling pretty happy about it. You can let me know what you think of little Miss Shiney. She's definitely come a long way in the short amount of time I've had her. So I'm pretty happy. Let me know what you guys think.